What's interesting is that I know someone that's close to Glow as well, who's very close to Afeni. And the one thing they've always told me was that neither one of them cared at all over anyone getting arrested over 2Pac's murder. That was not what their mentality was about.
They didn't care? Is that what you said?
No, not that they didn't care, but a black man going to prison over the killing of another black man wasn't going to bring them any pleasure. You see what I'm saying? They had already worked out in their minds, you know, what had happened. Mm-hmm. And since they were, you know, Black Panthers and so forth, the government putting more black men in prison wasn't going to bring them any sort of happiness.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't that they didn't want to see justice for their son, but they didn't want to see it from the U.S. government.
Yeah.
Because of their history with the U.S. government and what the U.S. government had done to people around them. Do you feel sort of the same way?
No.
Why do you not care if anyone gets arrested and convicted of this?
I would want the correct person, the correct entities to be held accountable.
And you think it's the government?
Not just the government. I think there's different aspects. I don't really want to get into it, but you got closure. You could pick multiple choices. It went from Keefe D. It went from Orlando, Keefe D., possibly Suge Knight, Death Row, since he was leaving them. Some people say, now Diddy. How many are there, brother? How many?
Well, 2Pac's family is actually potentially looking to sue Diddy over the death of
Join the line.
2Pac.
There's a lot of people suing Diddy.
I personally don't think that's going to fly.
I don't either, my brother. Yeah. I really just don't.
I just, you're talking about 25 years ago, trying to prove a phone call, trying to...
And you have no legitimate proof.
There's no legitimate proof.
You have the word of a convicted criminal, Keefe D.
Keefe D claims that after the shooting, Diddy called him and said, was that us?
Yeah, but Keefe D gets more credit than what he should.
Well, Keefe D ended up getting beat up in jail by the cops.
Yeah? Oh, doesn't
he's planning on suing. You know, I mean, look, you're looking at a 60-something-year-old man who has cancer. From what I understand, there was a situation in his jail cell where he had multiple mattresses on his, you know, in his bed, which most jails kind of don't care. Just go ahead, you know, an extra mattress, who cares? But, you know, if you mess with, you know, the police in jail, they're going to mess with you back. So they went in his room and they, you know, were taking the second mattress back. He got upset.
That's what happened? Okay.
An argument ensued, and he ended up getting beat up by the cops.
All right. I know.
You know, I don't think anyone's got a lot of sympathy for this situation.
I can give a fuck.
Exactly. I don't think anyone really gives a fuck.
I don't give a fuck about him.
So if he gets convicted, because at his age and the severity of this crime, it's going to be life in prison.
Yeah.
He's going to die in prison if he takes a plea deal or he gets convicted.
Yep.
The only way he can walk away is if he beats it in trial. And look, at one point he tried to claim he wasn't even in Las Vegas, but they actually found proof that he was there under his wife's name and so forth. I personally believe the Keefe D story. You know, ultimately, you know, I can see why you wouldn't, but every piece that I've ever put together and all the different interviews, they've all fit together.
Yeah, I can't debate it, brother. I'm not going to debate it with you.
Yeah.
It's a moot point as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Because nobody will ever be brought to justice, whoever did.
Yeah. Look, obviously it hits you harder than anybody else.
I got a daughter passed last year.
You had 6 kids at one point.
Yeah.
And
this is 4. My oldest daughter.
Yeah.
She died from a heart attack. That hurts me.
Wow. How old was she?
49.
That's not old.
She was the executive producer of General Hospital out there in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss, man.
Yeah. That's a rough.
I'm sorry for your loss, man.
Oh,